Hi, my name is Annette Binder and I grew up in Colorado Springs. My first novel, The Vanishing Sky, came out in July of 2020 from Bloomsbury, and it's set in Germany during the closing months of World War II. It tells the story of a mother named Edda Huber who's trying to hold her family together during those last months, just as the Allies are starting to break their way through Germany's western fortifications. Edda's older son Max has come home from the Eastern Front suffering from a mental breakdown, and she knows she's going to have to hide his decline from the authorities because otherwise they'll take him from her. At the same time, her younger son Georg, who's only 15, has run away from his post in the Hitler Youth and is trying to find his way back home to her. The Vanishing Sky was inspired in large part by events from my own family history. Both of my parents were German, and my father in particular was very quiet about his childhood and never told me anything about his life in Germany. He died when I was 16, and it wasn't until years later that I came across a photograph of him wearing a Hitler Youth uniform. And though I should have been surprised, I really just felt more astonished at the expression in his eyes than I did even at seeing him in the uniform, because there was an abiding sadness in his eyes, and it was a sadness that I knew well. With that photograph in hand, I went to my mother, who told me what she knew about his life. And what I learned was that he struggled mightily to live up to his father's expectations for him, and that near the end of the war, he ran away from his post. In many ways, my father was the inspiration for the character of Georg Huber in my book. And what I learned about life in Germany from learning about him and also from researching gave me what I needed to imagine some of the stories that he might have told me had I thought to ask him while he was alive. It took 8 years to write the book, and then it sat in a drawer for another 8 years. I started calling it my drawer novel because I thought for sure it would never be published. And I'm delighted to see it out in the world now. Writing the novel gave me the chance to grapple with questions of why decent people can sometimes falter when they're confronted by evil. And it also let me explore how people who love each other can disagree on fundamental moral questions. I miss the characters now that I've finished and I'm working on something else, but I'm glad to see that the book is out there, and I love to hear from readers who've read it.
Hi, I'm Steve Anderson. I write stories about flawed people who make bad life choices. I place them into situations where their only hope of survival is to depend upon each other. I think you'll like these people. Their world isn't so different from ours. Sure, they have spaceships and an interstellar union of more than 40 planets, and they've encountered an alien species or two. But just like our world, there's plenty of adventure and romance to be found. I wrote my first science fiction story when I was 5, and I've been writing ever since. I remember all of them, but thankfully those early efforts are lost to everyone else. My background is in IT, designing and maintaining satellite command and control systems. Some of that knowledge finds its way into my work, but technology is never the focus. Like in today's world, our tools and our toys form the backdrop. It's people that are interesting. It's people that constantly disappoint and delight us. My most recent novel is a standalone book in the Reunification series. Winged Lion is the story of Captain Thomas Benson and his bosun, Kawita Bove. They and the small crew of the Gattino Olato push cargo for the trade guild of the most serene Republic of Venice. In my world, Venice is still a mighty, if amoral, mercantile power. It is a time of civil war, and the guild has no patience with a captain who has lost his Union Aerospace Force cargo and part of his crew to separatist privateers. On the run from the guild, Union Marines and a pirate captain looking for revenge, rescuing his crew is just the first step toward redemption. Some recent reviews have described Winged Lion this way: good twists and turns and lots of action. Good science as well, and that's important in this kind of book. This book was a delight to read, packed with action, but always of the meaningful kind, bittersweet human interaction. There's a quiet but incredibly powerful undercurrent of questioning the usual space opera's presumption that a career in the military is always a good thing. and descriptions of how veterans can expect to be treated cut rather too close to the bone. You end up caring about pretty much all of the characters. Winged Lion is available on Amazon as a paperback or on Kindle, and is always free on Kindle Unlimited. Search for Winged Lion by Steven Anderson, or for Theropod Publishing. The first 3 books of the Reunification series are also available on Audible.com, but you won't be disappointed regardless of the format you choose. Thank you for your time. The characters in my books are on a journey, and it's one that I hope you'll want to share.
Hi, my name is Ashley Bazer, and I'm the author of the epic sci-fi space opera series Star Sailors. If you like the adventure of Star Trek and the romance of the Love Boat, these stories will take you there. You'll meet Commodore Jameson Kendrick and follow his journey from punk kid with a dark and twisted past to the leader and owner of a fleet of luxury space cruisers. The first book, The Commodore, shares Jameson's story, starting with an unfair 10-year sentence in a prison camp. Upon his release, an old friend gives him a second chance at life aboard the flagship, the Corona. Jameson fails time and again, but when his freedom is threatened, he'll be forced to change his ways, or end up back in prison. A significant event puts him at the helm of the fleet, bringing new challenges and struggles. The second book, The Princess, brings romance into the picture. It's the maiden voyage of the remodeled flagship, the Corona, but the expected arrival of the ship's headlining entertainment leads to an unexpected mystery that could threaten the entire galaxy. The third book, The Skyjacker, dives into Jameson's seedy past. Skyjackers are the low-life pirate scum of the galaxy, and Jameson will do everything he can to keep them away from his fleet, until he discovers someone close to him is one. The fourth book, The Stowaway, again makes Jameson revisit his past. A young girl stows away on the Corona, and Jameson ends up with a surprise that will change his life. And finally, the fifth book, The Operative, takes us beyond Jameson's world of space cruisers. The long-awaited coronation of the galaxy's queen is at hand. Jameson and his crew are honored to be part of it, until it turns deadly. These stories are close to my heart. As I wrote Jameson's adventures, I lived each one. He's hopelessly flawed and always trying too hard, but I know you'll love him just as much as I do. You can get each Star Sailor book individually or as a single volume on Amazon or your favorite online retailer. To find out more, check out my website, ashleybazer.com. That's Ashley, A-S-H-L-E-Y, Bazer, B-A-Z-E-R.com. Thank you, and I'll see you among the stars.
Hi, I'm Captain Simon Sabo of the Starship Mantis. No, wait. Actually, I'm Jim Henderson, the author of the Mantis Saga. Captain Sabo and I both just happen to be roguishly handsome, and you factor in quantum anomalies and so forth, I sometimes get confused. In any case, this is the Mantis. The Mantis is a small, surplus scout ship that was awarded to its captain, Simon Sabo, upon his retirement from the Criminy Scout Force. It's fairly old and starts out in fairly bad shape, but once fixed up, it's a flexible and reliable ship that can undertake many missions. The Mantis Saga follows the adventures of the ship and crew as they explore and undertake a wide variety of assignments and jobs. Fun, adventure, aliens, space combat, robots, humor, excitement, deeper themes, character evolution, intrigue, mystery, and romance. It has it all. The series is set primarily a few hundred light years away in and around an area known as the Criminy Republic, which is much more advanced than we are and where interstellar travel is common, though neither instantaneous nor without risk. The Mantis Saga consists of 6 main novels, backstories on all the main characters, a reference book, and several shorter novellas, with more novels and novellas planned. Any of them can be read individually or in any order. However, it may be the most fun to read them in sequence. These are the primary novels in the series: Jaunts of the Mantis, Expeditions of the Mantis, Far Mantis, Vast Mantis, Mantis Intrigue, and Mantis Exile. And these are the other books in the series. Early Mantis has backstories in each of the characters, including, of course, the ship and the robots. Universe Mantis, a reference book, provides detailed information on systems, planets, ships, people, and along the way has a lot of great images and maps for you. The shorts, Mantis Shorts, are shorter novella-length books that take place in the seams between the novels. And here we have 2, Soulbound and Kanaka Taraka, with another one coming out very soon. The series starts with this book, Jaunts of the Mantis. Jaunts of the Mantis starts with a space battle, and the fun goes on from there. On missions across a dozen solar systems, Simon and his crew deal with an alien species, are tasked to pull a Fedarian rescue, face hostile pirates, encounter an ominous derelict, deal with crazy passengers, and even face a murder mystery. The Mantis Crew, Simon as pilot and captain, Elsbeth, an engineer who's very skilled but loud, raucous, and sometimes inebriated, Ide, a solemn sensor operator who's also a priest, Raiza, Simon's sexy companion robot, and Mantis, the ship's AI computer. They must all work together to face challenge after challenge after challenge before they run out of money or the ship falls apart around them. I think Jaunts of the Mantis will grab you with intense space action, while its rich, colorful characters and engaging stories keep you coming back for more. Whether you like hard sci-fi or space opera, books with a Firefly or Expanse vibe, or if you enjoy intergalactic games, you'll love this book in this series. Jaunts of the Mantis and all the other books are available on Amazon. You can learn more about the books and the series on Amazon, or more especially on our website at www.mantissaga.space. Notice the double S in the middle. Or search for Mantis Saga on YouTube or on Facebook. There are pictures, videos, and more interesting content on all of these. So come out and explore the universe. So please, go to Amazon, purchase Jaunts of the Mantis or any of the other books, and enjoy. I think you'll have a good time, and when you do, I hope you come back for more. And go to the website and explore. Captain Sabo put together initial versions of these books, working with the ship's computer and with the robots, and he had this to say: every human should read these books so they have some idea what's going on out there. I couldn't agree more. So, I hope to see you out there in the universe. Thanks, and stay safe.
Hello, I'm Benjamin M. Weilert, author of the book The Ascent of the Writer. The Ascent of the Writer is a collection of the last 20 years of my writing, and it includes poems, flash fiction, short stories, and a novella that eventually turned into the inspiration for my first book, First Name Basis. Now, over 20 years, I have written a lot of short stories that have been published in other places, so this is the first time that they are all collected together in one place. Some of these stories have also been award-winning, including Bob Midas, which is a flash fiction piece about the long-lost descendant of King Midas, and From Sea to Shining Sea, which was a shortlist contender for the Lulu 5000 for 5K short story contest, which talks about how the first person who broke the light barrier got into that illustrious position. Now, all of these short stories and shorter pieces that I've written, while they've been published elsewhere, this is the first time they are all together in one place, and they help to show my evolution as a writer for the last 20 years, including what stories eventually would turn into full-length novels, like the Fluxion Trilogy, my memoir about climbing the 14er Father, among other novels that I plan to publish in the future. If you would like to purchase this book, it is available through my website at author.benjamin-m-weilert.com, or if you would like a free ebook version for it, then you can sign up for my monthly newsletter at the same website. Thank you very much.